Hey guys, today I'd like to make a little video on watering your dogs when you're not at home. Uh, it's uh, it's in August. College football season's rolling around, and my wife and I like to go to some games. So we may be gone for a weekend. We just got back from a cruise. We were gone for 7 days, and one of the big things is, how do you take care of your dogs when you're not here? Well, first thing I got to say is you got to have somebody come by and check on them, make sure they have water, food every day, and that none of the dogs are hurt or needing assistance. That's the first thing. The second thing is I leave plenty of water out. I use little kiddie swimming pools, and they hold a lot of water. However, that water gets old and stale, and what do I do about that? Well, I started out with a little cattle livestock watering thing that refills every time it gets low. It refills, and it'll hold about a gallon of water. But I'm on a well. If I go out of town and we lose power due to a thunderstorm, we're here in southeast Georgia, so thunderstorms are a daily occurrence almost. So if we lose power, we don't have water. If we lose power for a couple of days, that gallon of water is not enough for dogs. You look over look behind me here, and you'll see the little cattle watering deal that fills up when it gets low. I've got it set up so I can dump it out real easy, and it refills. And that works around the house when I'm here. When we're not at home, it leaves a lot to be desired. So what I've come up with, and I think is a very useful way of doing it, is you can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, and pick up a water hose timer. And you can set the time for it to come on once a day, twice a day, whatever, for however long you want. I have it hooked up over there. I'll try to zoom in and see if I can show you that timer. Let me see if I can adjust this camera so that it alright, that's a timer. You set the time on it. I've got it set for twice a day. It comes on and runs water through the water hose. Well, you can use just a hose and run it down into a whatever your container is, or I've run it into a piece of PVC pipe. I'll back this out so you can see it. And it runs through a piece of PVC pipe and down and into a kiddie-sized swimming pool, a children's swimming pool. Twice a day, midday, midnight, the water hose, it comes on, it runs for about 3 or 4 minutes, flushing out trash out that's floating on the top. It runs over, helps flush it out, puts fresh water in the pool, and the dogs have water. One thing you've got to remember in doing this is that pipe does not need to be down in the water, simply because you could have a backflow situation if you're not careful. Which means let me get this straightened out again. If this thing turns on and for some reason you've lost power, all of a sudden now, and that end of that pipe is in that water, it will cause a backflow, causing that water to be sucked back into your water system. You don't want that. So leave the end of the pipe out of the water so that it drops into the water. If you're going to do it that way, you need to get a backflow preventer to put on this garden hose that will prevent that from happening. One swimming pool It's probably enough for the dogs for several days. If this thing's running, you're good for as long as you want to be gone. I always fill up another kitty swimming pool so that they have another pool of water to go to. This could be branched off into two branches and fill up 2 swimming pools if need be. You fill them up and then you just let it run twice a day into those 2. Maybe you double the time so that each one they would get the equal amounts of water that I put into this one. It's very useful. You dogs get fresh water. Always put something in the pool. I don't know if you can see it. You really can't in the camera. But I put something in there that's just above the water line, so if frogs get in it, bugs, they can get out of the pool. And not you come home and find them drowned in the pool. And the water tainted. You'll have to clean it out occasionally. And that works out. That's fine. But if you're gone for an extended period of time, this will work. Make sure your batteries are good in the hose timer. And don't wait till the day before you leave to hook this up. Hook it up and run it 24/7 all the time, and then when you get ready to leave, change your batteries a day or 2 in advance and let it go. You should be okay with that. I still strongly recommend getting someone to come by and check on your dogs. Mine eat out of a feeder. That feeder will feed my 4 dogs that's running the yard for about not quite 7 days, probably 5.5 to 6 days. So I put 2 feeders in if I'm going to be gone any length of time. I have somebody come by and check on them. I have this water hose thing running. They have fresh water, they have clean water, and it really works out good for the dogs. Now, if you've got, these are dogs running loose in the backyard. If you've got dogs in a kennel, this might not be the optimal situation for you with a kennel dog. There's other ways you can handle that, but this is just for dogs that's running in the backyard and in a fenced-in backyard, and they need water while you're gone. This was just, I just thought I'd share this with people in case they run across the same situation I have and didn't know exactly how they were going to handle getting their dogs fresh water all the time. We went on a cruise and I left 2 of these small swimming pools full of water. I left 2 5-gallon buckets full of water, and we had somebody come and check on the dogs. We had feeders full of food, and the only thing they really had to do was check, make sure the water was good, fresh, that the timer was working, had a display, and just check on the dogs on their well-being, make sure they were in good shape. They were. It worked out great. And I think it's a real good way of handling this thing. Try it out. You may find something you like better. If you do, please let me know in the comments. But so far, I found this to work out real good for me. And like I was saying, I have to do something to take care of them when we're gone. You can't take a pack of beagles on a trip with you to a ball game. So anyway, guys, if you come up with something better, let me know. If not, try it out. I think you'll find this will work real good for you, and it'll help you. It'll take care of your dogs real well for you. But always have somebody check on them. Until next time, it's Ricky, Rainey, and I'll see you on the next one.